Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we're going to be going through the travel website templates. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now what we'll be looking through for this particular topic is more of the different website builders that you can use to create a travel website. But of course we're going to want to take the necessary steps in order to create a website, and on top of that, whether it'll be an e-commerce or a non-e-commerce website. Now, going through the development stages for actually building an overall website, there's a couple of steps that you need to follow. So, starting off with the first one, which is planning and research. So this would be your base foundation, and of course, you want to make sure that you define your business goals, the target audience, and of course the user needs. Since we already have an idea on the target audience, of course we're looking to go to the ones who are the people that are looking for a holiday, and then you want to make sure you have that business goal as well, your user needs as I've mentioned as well, and this would involve maybe conducting user research, creating user personas, and defining like user stories. So that will be your planning and research. Once you've got all that covered, you'll now move on to the second stage, which is the design process. Now, once the goals and user needs are defined, next step is to create the design for the website. So of course that will involve creating wireframes. You could do SketchUps and mockups if you wanted to as well. You can create prototypes to define the layout, get a good idea on the actual user interface and the user experience for the website. Now, once that has been completed, as well as this, just to butt in a little bit there, you can also have a little bit of help from another team where you get a UI UX designer or even a web developer, depending if you're looking to do outside coding and not using it for a website builder. But since this video is about a website builder, we'll go ahead and continue on to the third stage of the development, or third stage, which is development. Now, once the design is all mocked up and you're happy enough with how it looks, then the development phase would begin. So of course this involves the website using, like you'd be thinking, what sort of website builder will I be using? Will I be using Wix? Will I be using Squarespace? What sort of pricing plans is there? What sort of features does it have? What sort of apps does it have? And now if you wanted to hard code something, then you would be thinking more into what could I use for the front end. Am I using HTML? Am I using CSS along with HTML, JavaScript along with it as well? Or am I using something different like JavaScript Node? Or will I be using another language like PHP or Python? You got to make sure you understand what sort of process you'll be taking upon for the development stage. That is one of the most important parts. Of course, that's what's going to help your site function. Then more on the actual from scratch website building, you'll have to consider the optimization. Luckily for the website builders that we'll be looking through, they already are optimized for mobile use, for tablet use, so something that you don't need to worry about. You also get the option to design them as well. So once the development stage is over and done with, then that's when the content creation starts. So if you are creating this particular website to be an e-commerce based one, of course if it is a non-e-commerce one, it would apply to this as well. So you'd be creating content such as blogs. You'd be doing a couple of things like the description of that particular holiday. So say you had a couple of listings, so if you wanted to do an e-commerce one, technically that package would be a product. So you would add descriptions to it, you would add images, videos, and you have to make sure that this content is optimized for search engines, also known as SEO, so search engine optimization, and you should also align it with the website's brand and user experience. SEO plays a really big part into your website. Now, of course, if you don't have SEO, you're not going to gain any traffic, you're not going to gain any ranking, you'll not be seen as easy on the search engines. So that's one big factor to note. Always make sure that you have SEO optimized within your website. Anyway, moving on to the next one, which is the testing. So with the testing there, once you've of course developed your site, you've added all the content that you need, like blogs, products, etc. Then the testing period comes. So it's important, of course, to test the website thoroughly. Got to make sure that everything's functioning correctly, making sure it meets the user's needs. This may involve user testing as well as functional testing and performance testing. So there's quite a few factors to consider there when you're testing the website. But this would, of course, more apply towards hard-coded websites rather than the actual website builders. With the website builders, all you would need to see is if anything's misaligned, if all the buttons are working correctly, all the links are working. So that's more or less what you would be testing for. Next is the launching stage. So after the website has been tested, got to make sure that it doesn't have any issues, make sure those are resolved. Then the website can be launched. Of course, this involves making the website live, making sure that it's accessible to users. You got to remember as well, if you are going to go and launch a website, that's when you need to start considering a domain. So domains are basically your URLs. That's how visitors can locate you. If you don't have a domain name, then it's going to be harder to find your website, even though you already have a paid plan. Usually those would be paid for within a yearly basis, or in 2 years or 3 years, depending on the sort of pricing plans that they've got. You can also choose to gain or grab some domains from GoDaddy, so that's another website builder, or a couple of other platforms as well, and then make sure you just link it or direct it to that specific website builder, or if you're using WordPress as well. Then up comes your maintenance. Now, maintenance is more to do with when the site's actually launched. It's always important to monitor and maintain the website to ensure it's running smoothly and making sure that it meets the user's needs. Now, there's no point of having a built website where it looks really, really nice, but none of the links work because a bug happened. So you got to make sure everything's working. Of course, it may involve as well content, fixing bug fixes, and making sure that the performance is up to date. Now, you want to make sure it's not crashing down. Of course, if you have a bunch of things or heavy files onto your website, it can slow your website down, and it'll easily turn people away. So that's a couple of things to note within the development stage all the way through the end of building a website. So now that we've got an insight to how to actually go through the development stage and what sort of factors you need to take into account when building a website, we're going to go ahead and check out some of the website builders that you can use to create a travel website. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So here we are on the Wix site. Now this is a very, very popular website platform. It's actually offering quite a few features like drag and drop interface. It's got a wide variety of different templates that you can choose for. So that would be good for any of the travel websites. It's got a lot of the design options as well. I think their users can choose at least over 500 templates, and you can customize them as you wish using the drag and drop editor. There are two different platforms to Wix, so you've got Editor X and Wix, but we'll move more focused into the Wix one itself. The Editor X can be a little bit more advanced, but you can pursue it depending how much knowledge you would have on it. But as a beginner stage or even an amateur stage, you would want to maybe choose the Wix website developer. Now, if you're searching for templates, easy enough. You've got an area on your top right there where you could search all templates or have a list through here. Now, as you can see, they've got travel services. There's quite a few different templates to choose from. So I know it's just one page, but that's quite a lot for what it is. You've got one for hotels and B&Bs. You've got apartments and hostels. Now, you would maybe create a travel website, not just for, of course, flights. Of course, people are just thinking flights maybe, but if you own a B&B, it's a great way to offer some of the packages that you may have, or even just try to view it within the brochure perspective on the online presence. A couple there, as you can see. There's a hotel one, resort, you've got the hostel as well. You could choose for apartments and hostels, so there's a couple of different options there, or overall some of the travel and services. Now we'll take one for example, so as well as that, so if you can't find it within the travel and tourism, all you need to do is search up travel website. So you can just see that on the top right, just select enter, and then you can see there's a couple of different options. You even have one for travel blog, travel agency, travel photographer, so quite a couple of options there. So what do we want to do? We'll go ahead and choose one here, and this is the Urban Nomad Adventures. I'll go ahead and select view. Now if I have a look at it, take a look at it and just see, okay, I'm happy enough with how the site looks. This would be great for my my business. I even have an option for book online where you can choose a destination. So as you can see, some services there applied. So this is more of an e-commerce website. So it would have some background details, especially if you're taking details in. They even have an area for login. So say I'm happy with the Urban Nomad Adventures. All I need to do is select on the top right there, as you guys can see, and then select edit the site. You'll be directed then to another tab or another page. Load up the website for you. It only takes a couple of minutes there. So just wait on this to load fully. But yes guys, while we wait on that, there's several other website builders to choose from as well. I'll only go through the three just to give you an idea and a thought maybe on some of these travel websites that you may want to cover. Wix of course is one of the better website builders out there. So now that we've loaded in, on the left side, as you can see, it's just giving you a tutorial almost on where some stuffs are. So that's all located on your left side, where you have add elements, add section, pages and menu, site design, add apps. So the add apps is a pretty good feature for SEO. There's a couple of things that you may want to take note of that. You got my business, media, and content manager. Now, if I want to go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff, this website builder is fairly easy for what it is. So if you wanted to add a couple of things onto a hero section, so that's what that welcome section is, go into the add elements part. Say I wanted to go ahead and add a button into it, just so I can direct them to my social media or anything like that. Then I can go ahead and select button, and then select for this. And as you can see, it brings a button there. Now, what's great about it as well is I can move it directly to any sort of place I wanted to. So I can move it here, I can place it on there. So there are quite a couple of options. There's a toolbar as well on the top right, where I could use this for moving the actual position. So there's X, Y, and there's width and height. So say I wanted to move it into the middle a little bit, I can change the X position. Now if I can't actually direct it using the X and Y axis, I can use the snap on object. So that's actually applied, so snap to objects. And you also have some grid lines. Got to make sure that you don't put anything outside of the grid line, or you'll get this little message saying you dragged an element outside the grid lines. Some of your visitors won't see it. Learn more. So that's just a quick insight to Wix. Very, very great website builder to use. I would highly recommend to use it for yourselves if you're a beginner or just an amateur builder and you're just wanting to go for a quick site. This would be the sort of option to go for. What we'll do now is we'll take a look at the pricing plan. As we go on with the other website builders, we'll go ahead and compare them. So this is another thing to note as well. Usually Wix would have its seasonal or random sort of promotions. So we have here a 50% off sale with any of the selected premium plans. So we'll go ahead and check it out. Now this will vary. You won't see this if this once this video has been uploaded. It may be a little bit more different. So as you can see, so quite a big jump actually. So since this is going to be so if we are creating a brochure website or travel website, then we would more consider the likes of this. So there's connect domain, you've got combo, you've got unlimited and VIP. So it looks like the unlimited works out a little bit better, and VIP compared to the combo and the connect domain. I would completely avoid connect domain, especially if you don't want any of the Wix branding. That's sort of how it puts you off into using or paying for this service. But of course there are other ones, which is VIP, unlimited and combo. Now it's usually £21, but at this current moment it's £10.50, along with the unlimited, which is £5.50, and it's £11. It's £5.50 now, and it's usually £11. Now in comparison with all of them, of course the VIP would be a little bit better. Now, if you are wanting the e-commerce side, then you can select for a business and e-commerce plan. Now again, 50% off, so that's pretty good, but more recommended towards the business basic. That's pretty much as far as you need to go if this 50% on selected premium plans exist still. So it's £15 per month. You get 5 hours video, storage space at 20 gig, fields per form is 50, and lead capture forms is 25. So that's pretty much just what you need. Now of course there are other different features there. Drop shipping, reviews, loyalty program, sell markets, sales and socials, advanced shipping. So quite a couple of options there. That's maybe why you would choose business VIP or business unlimited. But if you're just a small little business, I would just select for the business basic. Now hopping back onto the actual website builder, I'm going to go ahead and show you another thing for SEO, which is called the ad ops. So ad ops is a very, very good little tool to use. Now if you're looking for things like SEO, there's a couple of ones there where you can optimize your blog. You can, as you can see, it even says it there, ranking coach, so SEO listing and ads for better Google rankings. So it's pretty much all marketing. This is all to do with marketing, hence the name App Market. So quite a lot of things to go through there. So I just thought to quickly show you that. But there you go. That's the Wix wrapped up for now. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another website builder that you may consider for using as a travel website. Now, this is another really, really good website builder, which is called Squarespace. Now, I wouldn't say that there's a lot more options compared with the actual Wix site, but there is still quite a lot to offer for this website builder. So, if I wanted to look for a couple of travel ones there will be one here, as you can see, just there, travel. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that, and it'll give me the best matched one. So there's a couple of ones there where it's a blog. Now if I am trying to create like an online store, so these are now two linked together. There's one there. A couple of different options as well. So as you can see, there's one here. So a couple of different, as I said, a couple of different options for a travel website. Now, if you decide that you don't want to go ahead and do the templates, what you can do is select for a build your own template. Now, what build your own template is, it's in the name, just pretty much make one from scratch. So this is where you can do your design process, quite a lot of things to consider as well. So we'll wait for this to open. So there's my Squarespace site, of course, travel PT. And you have your home page where you can include a couple of things. Featured selling, where we're not going to have that really. We'll have services. I suppose we'll have services. We'll have an about, sure. We can have some socials, contact us, of course, and a footer. So that's pretty much the site built up. You've seen pretty much just a couple of clicks and it's there already. Now, you can add a couple of more pages if you want. I'll keep the about and contact for now. Now this is where we can add a little bit of color into the site. So a couple of options to choose from there. I'll just go with that one. And with the text, I can change the text completely. So we'll go with that one there. So once you've got the options sorted, you're able to create your travel website. It takes a couple of minutes, but you can see how handy it is and how simple it is to actually create and build a website. So just like so, there you go. There's a website created. So it's called Travel PT. Happy to continue. Gives you a little background and a little bit of a tutorial on how to create and edit pages. So quite a couple of things there. So this is how it looks. There's pages, design, you've got marketing. Of course, there's marketing there, where you can do email campaigns depending if you want to offer holidays and stuff like that. You've got commerce. You got the design, so there's a lock screen, 404 page, checkout page, custom CSS. So a couple of different options there. You got your pages, add more pages, link more pages. You can edit it. Works the same way as Wix. So you can add a block there. And then you can add a text. And then move it about. So it snaps to objects as well. The only thing I would say that's different with this one compared to Wix is the fact that Wix, you can pretty much place it anywhere you want. But with this one, there are actually square little bricks. You'll see in a minute if I show you. So if I do a button here, you can see those little square blocks. That's the only area where I can actually place the one I want. So you can see actually how it moves it. So I can't place it there, but it has to be placed within the blocks. So that's maybe something to note when using Squarespace itself, but a very easy platform to use nonetheless. Now, if we are talking pricing plans, there's a couple of things there. So you've got personal, business, commerce, and commerce advanced. You got the basic and the advanced. A little bit more pricey compared to Wix itself, but at the minute, as you can see, they do some offers. So 20% off any new website plan. So as long as you use that code. So probably be about the same price then as Wix. So a little bit of competition there. Now, you can compare the plans. Just simply select the compare plans and you'll see everything there from marketing, from core, commerce, and so on. So there's a couple of different options. Of course, this will be the best, which is commerce advanced. So that's if you're considering going past a travel website brochure and having a full-on e-commerce website. So that's something to consider. So that is a quick and easy overall look on Squarespace. Now, as I said, several options. It's just like Wix. I would say that the templates are a little bit more fluid compared to Wix, so a lot better, I would say, in terms of that. But that's pretty much what this website builder looks like. Now, as well as that, there are as well, of course, other ones to consider. Now, if you are creating one, there's Weebly. You've got Shopify, so that's of course if you want to create a travel website, and then you've got WordPress as well to consider. So WordPress is more of a open source content management system, and it powers over 40% of all websites on the internet actually. So that's one thing to consider. So it is a little bit more technical in knowledge in terms of that. So you can use other plugins as well for it. But yes, that is pretty much it. As I've said, that is some of the website builders that you can use. Of course, there will be several more out there. Like you've got BigCommerce as well. As I've said, Shopify. You've got Weebly, WordPress, and the two that we've looked at there, which is Wix and Squarespace. They've got there are quite a few popular website builders out there, but ultimately it's the best website builder for you will depend on your needs, your budget for the travel website. So again, it's worth exploring each of the different options, and the two that we've looked at, of course. So that's something to consider. Anyways, guys, that pretty much reaches the end of the video. If you guys have any questions at all, please do leave them down in the comments section below. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Good luck with the website building, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you very much.